Hi everybody, welcome to Demo, the show where companies come in and they show us their latest products and services. Today I'm joined by Sean Kilcullen. He is the Group Product Manager at Amplitude. Welcome to the show, Sean.
Thanks for having me, Keith.
So what are you showing us today? What is Amplitude and what kind of things do you offer?
So Amplitude is a digital analytics platform. What I'm showing you today is Amplitude Made Easy. We've completely redesigned the platform to radically simplify how people can get value out of their data.
And it's basically digital analytics, web analytics, all sorts of different analytics.
If you have an app or an e-commerce site or any kind of website or a marketing site, you can get value out of it.
All right. So who is this product designed for? Is it just specifically someone in the marketing group? Who would be using this platform mostly across the company? And is it big companies, little companies, everyone in between?
Yeah, great question. Yeah. We work with all sizes of companies, from startups who are just getting started, all the way to Fortune 500 businesses like NBC Universal. Any department that really is working on the customer experience can use this. They're trying to get insights about how the product is being used, how users are flowing throughout the experience. So marketing, customer service, product, design, engineering, anyone can use it.
And when you come down to it, what problems are you helping these companies solve? What is the kind of your unique position for, why should anyone care about this? Because there's probably a lot of digital analytics platforms out there, right?
It's about giving people data that they can make better decisions. So if you want to redesign, let's say, your global nav or your homepage, everyone has great ideas, but if you don't really know where are those users coming from, how are they then converting, what are your best channels, you're just going off of guessing, and we want to help people get to a better end result.
So if companies didn't have something like this, they would be either guessing, like you said, or would they be using a multitude of other platforms to try to get this information?
Yeah, a lot of what I'm going to show today is you could cobble together with a bunch of tools, but we pull it all into one. So it's easy to go between the user journey and see how users are actually using your product.
All right, so let's jump into the demo and kind of show us some of the new features and the cool stuff that you've got here.
Yeah, absolutely, Keith. So one of the first things we did with Amplitude Made Easy is it's now one line of code to start tracking users on your site and collecting things like sessions and events, any kind of user data with one line of code. So I'm going to assume that I installed that in the header section of my site, and I want to show how easy it is without any technical experience to add events. Before, it was really painful to add events. You'd have to go to your engineer on your team, you'd have to bug them, you'd have to find some of their time and say, hey, can you track this buy button for me, or this add to cart button? Now you just paste in your URL and you say start labeling, and that will fire the page, and you can see up here it says back to Amplitude and label. So we're just going to click on men's clothing here in the global nav, and I will name this event. We can name it browse categories.
Okay.
Press save, and as simple as that. We've just created an event. We can go back into Amplitude. And you see it right here.
Oh, cool.
It was created.
Yep.
So what do we do with that? Now we've created an event, browse categories. I've done this myself. I know what I just tagged. One of the other pain points that we're solving for is, how do you get started? If you just have an empty chart and you know your events, or maybe you don't know your events, it's like, well, what am I really trying to measure? We've now launched a product analytics hub and a web analytics hub to help you understand who's using your product, how are you retaining users, how quickly are they onboarding. So I'm going to dive into the feature engagement section here. And what you're seeing is across the x-axis and the y-axis is adoption of a feature. So view recommended item is getting a lot of adoption, and it's also a really high frequency of the action being performed. This is useful to incorporate into your rituals as you're looking at what features are being used the most, what's being clicked on the least. That helps you then inform redesigns or areas to optimize your product. So that feature we just labeled, we can add a new one here, and we can say browse categories if I want to start tracking that. And you can see right here, browse categories. So it's simple as that to add a new event into Amplitude. Previously, this may have taken days or weeks to get your engineers time. Now non-technical folks can come in and do that. So let me go back to feature engagement really quick. I want to show something that's really interesting and something that we see a lot of our customers using. If you go from engagement overview to unique users, you can see these features plotted over time. So how many unique users are actually engaging with the view recommended item event? If we wanted to look at, let's say, viewing the welcome page, there was 7,000 unique users yesterday. If you click on that, what's really powerful on Amplitude is we give you a lot of ways to get to the next decision or insight that you need to view. So if we wanted to look at, let's say, session replays of those users that are viewing the welcome page, in one click, I can now view how people are navigating the Amplistore homepage and see exactly where their cursor is and where they're scrolling and what issues they're running into. If I then wanted to go deeper into the specific user, you can click on the user ID and now see the full profile 360, where we're passing different user properties about this user, when they were first seen and last seen, as well as a full activity stream here on the user to explore, with some out-of-the-box insights about what are the top events this specific user is triggering, session replays beyond the one that we just looked at, finding what audiences this user is a part of, and then also what experiments and feature flags this user in as well.
So what would a marketing group or whoever's using this, what would they learn from something where you dig that deep into individual users?
Yeah, it's a great question. A lot of marketing groups that are, say, like redesigning a website, they have a lot of hypotheses about if we change this, we think users would react that way.
Yeah.
But often we're wrong. And you need to actually validate that. But so often you need a full analytics team, or you're not the right person to be able to find and get that data. So now you just have Amplitude and you give that to your marketing team, and you can say, hey, why don't you go and check if that redesign actually worked?
Right,
Are users
right.
actually spending more time on that page? Can you prove it? Now you can answer that question very easily.
Right, and you don't usually see a lot this much information on users, right, with other analytics offerings?
No, not at all. We tried to bring everything into one user profile, and we'll continue to add more, but make it easier for you to navigate.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be a demo episode without some kind of generative AI discussion as well.
Of course.
So of course you have something.
Yes, so as part of Amplitude Made Easy, we did launch Ask Amplitude. So let's say you are that marketing team and you don't really know SQL. You don't know how to construct a query.
Right.
Amplitude was one of the first tools out there that said, you don't need to know SQL, you can just create a chart, but we wanted to make it even easier. So now you can just say, show me the conversion rate between signups and favorited item.
Okay.
And just using natural language, Ask Amplitude is going to recognize what events it needs to pull, how it needs to plot the data, and then it's going to present it all to me and explain, how it's actually constructing the query and the chart below.
And before, you would have to know which
events,
which queries, which types of things that it was going to do, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's great is it's actually conversational. So if this isn't how I want to view the data in this, vertical bar chart fashion where you can see the 4% conversion rate,
sure,
you can say, show me this over time.
And it'll create, right, so then it'll change the chart for you.
Yeah, and now you can see the conversion rate over time. You can open this as a separate chart, save it, favorite it, get notifications about any changes made.
All right, and do you offer a free version or a free trial version for people that want to try it out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have a starter plan that is free. We offer up to 50,000 monthly tracked users a month, and we have thousands of customers that use that.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of other features here that we don't have a lot of time to show, so where can people go for more details about it?
Yeah, amplitude.com, and you can find more details there.
All right, Sean Kilcullen, thanks for the demo.
Thanks so much, Keith.
Yeah. That's all the time we have for today's episode. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, add any thoughts you have below. Join us every week for new episodes of Demo. I'm Keith Shaw. Thanks for watching.